What I got is shit. Yo, we back, man. We back, man. This is the part two. You know what I'm saying? Your boy Cam from Chin Checkers, my man Xavier Porter from Shoot the Five, Brooklyn Fights.
That's right, bro.
Yo, hold on 1 second. Hold on, B.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's official. I try to tell everybody, I got a stack of those still in the crib, bro.
Yeah, you know, I had to get mine, you know, show the love and support.
Yeah.
Yo,
I
so
got a couple of white ones left, so I got like that. I think I got like 4 white ones and the rest are black. But yeah, them joints was going out like flapjacks, like hotcakes. When people found out I do, they was like, "Yo, X, I need that." Word. Good looking on that.
but I need to get where you at, man. When you get like 6,000 subscribers and stuff, you can have a background in the back and all of that.
I need to get like.
I just
Yeah, I
got.
want to get some. Nah, this right here, like this is this the digital joint. I don't even want to like put the little platform joint on there because I ain't messing up my wall.
You know what I'm saying? I need to get. I can get my game up, man.
Yeah. Do use your digital what's the name? Your digital image. I'll show you how to do it.
Better off air, man.
Yeah.
But yo, this is the part 2 to what we did earlier. This is gonna be on my channel. The part 1 is on you know what I mean, Xavier's channel. I'll put the link in the description at the bottom so everybody can see. So we was talking about the 130 division.
Yes.
My top 5s out.
Interesting where we got there.
So I had Miguel Burchell was 1, Tank 2. Jesus Christ, the boy that fight with damn, how come I forget his name, man? I'm bugging. Mel Herring, and then Jojo Diaz, and then Shakur Stevenson.
Yes. And one thing I said when you mentioned those top 5, I agree with you 100%. Like and reasons for it is because you know Burchell has been at the top of his division for many of years.
Yes.
Been dominant. He's defended this title over and over again. You said Tank was number 2. I picked Tank as well as number 2. Hold on 1 second. Good? Ready?
I need my answer, but that's it.
Okay.
I'm sorry about that.
That's cool. We good, man. We good. So I picked Tank as 2 because you know basically Tank. Here you go. Because Tank, you know, he's a 2-time 130 champion, and then he just came back and did what he did to we all seen Leo Santa Cruz.
Don't get me started.
And with that being said, you know, Tank is deserving of that spot. He hasn't spent a lot of time at 130, with the exception of winning the first title. But and then he went up to 135. Now he's back at 130. So that's why I don't pick him over Miguel Burchell. You know, number 3, Jamel Herring, solid guy, solid tough guy. That's the Marine, Mr. Simplify right there. Hoorah! Stablemate of Terrence Crawford, also stablemate of Shakur Stevenson, and he's just an all-around good dude. Been through a lot in life, personal things, and left PBC when everybody thought, okay, when he lost, I think he had 2 back-to-back losses with PBC, and he moved on for PBC. Bomac actually went and asked Bob Arum to sign him. Like, Bomac was like, I want to work with that guy. I like that guy. He got some good skills. He went out and got him, and look what happened. He made him a bona fide world champion. Shout out Jamel Herring. Number 4, Jojo Diaz, former Olympian. I think he's a former Olympian teammate of Errol Spencer at that, I believe. He's a world champion. He fought Gary Russell Jr., put on a tough performance against Gary Russell Jr. You know, that's your man right there.
Yeah, but one of my first videos was that fight right there, and I said video. People will go back and check. I say, yo, I like Jojo Diaz, and he's going to be a future champion.
Yes, and he, sure enough, he did his thing against Trevor Farmer. I personally wanted to see the rematch. You know, it was in the clause. I don't know how they don't honor a rematch if it's in the contract. If you say we're gonna fight and win, lose, or draw, there's a rematch and we fight again, and you don't honor it, I don't see how your promoter, which is Eddie Hearn, and your promoter, which is Luther Bella, doesn't make that happen with who's ever the promoter of Jojo Diaz.
I think with the whole COVID thing, man, I think that's what probably held it up. Even though they fought way before that.
Yeah, but the contract is still in place. It's still in the contract.
Yeah.
Win, lose, or draw, there's a rematch in the contract. So even if it's COVID-19, COVID-20, COVID-21, whatever happens, your next fight still got to be against me. My next fight still got to be against you. And
yeah.
If that didn't happen,
Jojo Diaz is fighting
he's fighting like in February, I think, right?
February 13th.
A couple weeks.
February 13th.
And it's his first defense of his title.
Yeah.
IBF.
I mean, we'll see what happens. Yeah. Hopefully they can get it after that.
And then we got none other than Shakur Stevenson, who like, you know,
he gonna shake that division up, boy.
I wish we could name a top 6. I wish we could name a top 7 because the 130 division is stacked with so many young talent. Chris Colbert, Abraham Nova. It is so many guys at 130. My man Joseph Blessings Adorno. There's so many stacked talent at 130.
And the dude you interviewed him, I think last year. Oshaki.
Oshaki Foster, yes. So many guys at 130. Oshaki might got 2 losses on his record, but the boy nice. The boy.
That's one thing I think to me that's hurting boxing too when dudes have losses. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that should hinder them because you got a lot of great fighters in the Hall of Fame that all got losses.
Yeah.
And with early losses too in their career. That shouldn't hinder you. I mean, it may set you back a little bit, but I don't think it should set you back so far back that you just knocked off the mat.
And Pete Game with Shakur. You know, I asked him a couple of questions. I was happy. It was funny that he remembered me because I ain't seen him in a minute.
I heard the interview.
Yeah, it threw me off. He's like, yo, where you been at, man? I ain't seen you in a minute. And it's funny because when he was getting ready to go into the Olympics, and, you know, I heard about him because I knew Josue Vargas. Shout out to Josue Vargas. Josue Vargas, he was the only fighter I knew that actually beat him in the amateurs. And he beat Shakur in Jersey at one of the amateur trials. So shout out Josue for that. But when I saw when I originally met Shakur, I had met him through Julie Goldstick, who's like the main PR for Terrence Crawford, the whole camp over there, the Crawford team, and Shakur Stevenson. And so I met him at a Barclays fight. I met him at a fight at the Barclays. And me and him sat down. We talked for damn near 45 minutes to an hour. And outside of the interview piece, we was just actually talking, like getting to know each other. Like, yo, what's going on? Where you from? Yeah, I'm from such and such. Are you from such and such? I got family in Jersey. He like, yeah. And I used to be like, yo, what's the difference between New York and Trenton? He be like, yo, it's bad different. You know, Trenton is South Trenton. And I know Trenton is South Jersey. And I know Newark is North Jersey. I used to, you know, I still want to know his side of things. And we used to talk. I used to be like, yo, the bricks this, the bricks that. And he used to be like, what you know about the bricks? So we used to crack jokes all the time. And then I had gave him a hat. I had gave him a Brooklyn Fights hat. And I saw that he wore it a couple of times. I gave him a white one, I believe. I think I gave him a black one. I have to double check. But he looked cool with the hat. He rocked it. Seen him again a couple of times. Did a couple of interviews with him after that. So when I saw him again the other day during his press conference for his last fight, and when he was like, yo, I ain't see you in a minute, I was like, yeah, bro. You remember a guy. Okay, that's what's up. You remember a guy. Like, that's a good feeling right there, you know?
It is a good feeling. That's
and
like...
and understand where he come from and what he's been through we're talking about from 2016 to now 2020. You know what I'm saying? And now he's a killer. He's a young killer. He's an assassin right now. You put him in the ring with anybody, he's coming to kill you. And he's going to do it. He's going to break you down. And he's going to do it. You're going to realize about the 4th, 5th round, he's killing you.
That dude is a monster.
He's already put it out there like He's already getting the fight between the winner of Frampton and Herring. He's already said it. Bob Arum, Stevenson, they've already put it out there. He is getting that fight.
Because I know he wanted Oscar Valdez and Burchell because they was.
Yeah, he called him out, but he wants the winner of Frampton and Herring. He already guaranteed the fight. He didn't even need to take this fight. He just took this to stay busy.
So now I got a real good question. So now
I know.
Chris Colbert and Shakur Stevenson fought the same night. Someone fought on the same night, maybe about a week or two ago.
Yeah.
Who had the better performance?
Even. You know why?
What? I think with Chris play around too much.
Chris likes to have fun when he got a guy where he can do whatever he want to do. He likes to have fun and he's entertaining.
I think he could have got that guy out and
oh, yeah. We all know Chris could have got him out.
It's just like
he wanted to entertain it. You want to grow your fan base. You know
that might hurt him though.
Chris Colbert is a very intelligent young fighter, full of confidence, rightfully so, because he's good.
He's an animal. He's an animal.
You know, and he's at a point where he recognizes and understands not only how good he is now, but his potential at being great and what he needs to do to get there. He understands that boxing is not just what he do for a living or how he making money. He understands that boxing can take him to a whole nother level in life. He just opened a great business.
Yeah, I saw that the chicken.
Time chicken, which is probably going to be, if he continuously does well in boxing, he's going to continuously invest in his business. Will probably become a franchise business, a family-owned business.
Smart man.
So his mind is in the right place. So when he's in the ring fighting certain opposition, he's going to want to entertain. Like when Deion Sanders was on the field, catching them interceptions and running back them punts and smiling and doing his hijacking and all that, knowing that nobody can catch him, he's going to entertain that way as well. He couldn't entertain it. He couldn't entertain fighting a Bernard Hopkins type of style of fight. So thus he left Little B-Hop alone. Now he's official prime time.
Yeah.
He's getting better and better. Chris Colbert gets better and better with each fight. You see something different with him in each fight. You see the power coming as well. Because when he was up, you didn't really see the power with him. You see him just out slicking out boxing.
Oh yeah, it's coming because I remember watching him in the undercards fighting at the Barclays a lot, man. Yeah. He outclassed dudes, but the power wasn't there. But it's coming now. It's coming.
He's starting to sit down. He's starting to sit down in the punches. It was one thing that I remember that he told me before he fought Titus Williams. And Titus wanted to fight at 126. They were both featherweights. And Chris was like, I can't make 126. Let's fight at 128 and 130. And I was like, well, what's the difference between 2 pounds? I'm not a boxer by trade, so I'm like, come on, bro, what's the difference between 2 pounds? And he was like, X is a big difference. He's like, trust me, it's a big difference. He's like, listen, I'm a growing boy. I'm eating good now. I was rolling. He was like, X, look at me. I'm a growing boy. He tapped his stomach. He said, I'm eating steak now. I'm growing. He said, I'm eating steak now. I'm a growing boy. He's a big difference making 126 to 128 and 130. I understand. I fully understand. You know what I'm saying? And he came down. I believe he made the weight. They had a good fight. He beat Titus Williams. He beat everybody else after whoever he's faced. And he's just getting better and better. I really like to watch him fight. I really like to watch Chris Colbert fight because he's just getting better and better.
I think for me though, especially watching that fight, I think with no crowd being there, didn't make it as entertaining, like you said.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To hit a ooh and a ah, like the stuff that he was doing, I think it was one round where dude didn't even hit him.
Yeah.
He didn't hit him at all. And he fought with his hands down. He was just like, hit me. Hit me. I was like, dude, it's crazy.
The round his coach got mad at him. That's the round Sosa got mad at him.
Yeah, then that's it. Me too. I was just like, yo, can you hurry up and end this thing, man? I know you can end it in 6. Why you gotta wait till 11?
It was tight. So like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing in there? Like, he was like, I got this.
I'm like, yo, you playing in there. I know you could take this dude out, man. This shit should have been over in 6, man.
Yeah.
But I can't wait till down the line to see him and Shakur. That will generate a lot. Just that New York versus Jersey thing alone will
It's going to happen.
generate a great fan base.
Yeah.
And I'm riding with Chris, man. I ain't gonna go against the home team, man. I'm being biased. I like Shakur. I like Shakur. I gotta stay loyal to the home team, man.
I understand it's a Brooklyn thing, and it's going to be a Brooklyn thing. It's going to be a fantastic fight if they ever. Eventually, it's going to happen because they're both in the same division, and Chris has a WBA interim belt.
Yes.
So eventually, he's going to either become the number one mandatory for Tank Davis or the number one mandatory for whoever got the regular belt. You know what I'm saying? Because him having an interim belt means he's ranked in the top 15. He's ranked at least in the top 15, if not the top 10 within the WBA at 130. You looking it up?
Right now, he is ranked right now. I'm on BoxRec. And BoxRec got him ranked at 15.
They got him ranked at 15?
Yeah.
Okay. Surprisingly, who they got in front of him?
In front of him? Hold on. You know what I could do? A couple
of guys?
People that I could do. I forgot I could do this. I forgot I could do this. You can watch it. You can look at it too.
What's that?
I can't. I forgot how to do it. We could be on a Zoom and I could pull up the whole BoxRec thing.
Oh yeah. We gotta get good.
Yeah, I gotta fix that. They got some dude from London.
Right here, like T Street.
Yeah.
You have all the stats.
Yeah, and he can show it too, man.
Yeah, he can show it to you. Yeah,
boom! I got it. Here we go.
And then it'll tell you this is what it did to tell you the FBI.
Oh, here we go.
Okay. It's scary. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
What did you screenshot it, or what did you do?
Nah, it's when you go down to the bottom of the Zoom, it says sharing, and you click on it.
You share the page.
Yeah. So whatever on my laptop that I'm doing outside of the Zoom, if I have it up, I could pull it up and show it.
Okay, so I can't move it up and down because it's on your page.
Nah, I can move it up and down for you. There you go.
Pause, bro. Pause.
That Harlem shit. There it is. I can move the page up and down. Is that better for you?
That shit just sounded bad funny right there. But people gonna watch this video like, yo, them two is crazy.
But then, that's the 130 on BoxRec.
Yeah. All right, so I see you got Zinga. Wow, Oshaki. They got Oshaki right higher than Chris Colbert. Wow. Okay. Andrew Cancio. He was a former champion.
Okay.
This guy from Russia. Okay. This guy from South Africa. Okay. Called Frampton, Rene Alvarado. Tough guys.
Yes.
I'd actually like to see Chris Colbert against Santa Cruz. And they both PBC. I'd really love to see that fight.
Against Leo Santa Cruz?
They can make, so why not? You know?
Yeah, they need to make it happen.
Tevin Farmer at number 3. Tevin Farmer against Shakira Stevenson would be a good fight also. That would be a really good fight.
It would be.
Man. But you don't hear me though.
No, it would be. But the funny thing is,
like that song, but you don't hear me now.
They don't have. It's crazy though.
I think that would be a really great fight. Shakira Stevenson against Tevin Farmer. That would be amazing.
Oh my God.
Southpaw against Southpaw. Slick skill Southpaw against a young, up and coming, hungry, determined to stop you Southpaw.
Yeah.
That would be a great fight.
Yeah. They gotta make it happen.
And he'd have Coach Anthony in his corner, because you know he gonna have Coach Anthony in his corner. Tevin Farmer, that is.
Yeah, you gotta they gotta have. It's fights that people that out there that could be made that people are not really talking about.
Yeah. There's a lot of these, and I know Shockey, when I chopped it up with him, he called out a lot of these guys. He been going at Chris Colbert neck for a minute. He been throwing shots at Chris Colbert and Abraham Nova. He didn't really said too much about Shakir Stevenson. He called out Abraham Nova and Chris Colbert. Where's Abraham Noble right there? Where they got him at? 37. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. This is in the world, or this is the world.
This is the world.
Yeah.
This is the world. They got Lamont Roach over him.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. I see Lamont Roach up there too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is the top 50 or top 100?
I could go all the way down. I could go all across to the top 1,000.
Go to the United States.
Just the U.S. alone?
Yeah, just the U.S. alone.
World, Africa.
Okay. Oh yeah, you just flick out and come back to that shit. You know how that is.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. I don't know why BoxRec always do that. That shit's stupid.
Super Feather.
That shit open to the public. Didn't know it won't be open to the public. Stupid. Yeah, man. That's a good look right there. I definitely would like. I'd pay to see that fight. Shakira Stevenson and Tevin Farmer. I'd pay to see that.
Man, this thing acting up, man.
Don't worry about it. It's probably too many people on right now.
Yeah, I would love that.
Might be updating it.
I love that. I would love to see I fight at the joint in Jersey. What's the joint across the river? The Prudential Center.
Yeah.
Yeah, people could come from Philly to see that.
Or they can go to the Lion Chorus Center.
Lion Chorus, yeah. I'd rather be at the Lion Chorus. It's right across the bridge for me. I can get there.
You know,
I can get there from Delaware. It's
that's a fight you don't want to have in the hood.
Nah, you really don't. Do it at the Barclays.
Do it in Brooklyn.
Do it in Brooklyn.
Even playing field.
Brooklyn, man.
They gotta open Barclays back up there for real. They got to.
Yeah.
They got to open back up. They got to open Barclays back up. You fight in Florida. You fight in Vegas. You fight in Dallas. You fight in Cali. Come on, man. They fight in North Carolina and South Carolina. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. You got to open the Barclays and Madison Square Garden back up. And there's so much space and so much room that you can have social distancing. Come on, man. There's no reason why we can't have that. Come on. Get off your seat. De Blasio, get off whatever you're doing. Open the doors. Let us rock out. Because you're killing us, P.
If it's at the Garden, I want to sit on the bridge again, man. That joint, that was love.
Yeah. You can chill. You got so much space up there. You can sit anywhere.
And then you see over everything, man.
Everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man.
Everything. I posted that on my Instagram, and when we sat up there on the bridge.
There's a lot of hating. Just let people come in and watch the fights and enjoy it. And it's like a lot of room for social distancing in these venues. Like you can have you can have people sit maybe six feet. I mean, you can have people sit 6 feet away. You set it up that way in these other venues. You could do that in these venues as well, in the Garden and Barclays.
Yeah, you can't sit down to Mecca, but it's up to you. It's up to your governor and your mayor in that city, man.
Yeah, he's there. They both wild. So let me ask you this.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on Edgar Berlanga Jr.?
Right now, he's a monster. But he's going to have a problem when he gets in the ring with somebody that could take his shots. And from what I heard from him, he said it's hard for him to get sparring partners because he hit too damn hard. He said he can't find sparring partners. You know what I'm saying? But right now, he's a monster. He's a monster, B. Like, yo, oh, man, I don't even want to say what I want to say, man. But he's a monster. But it's gonna come that he's gonna have that opponent where he's gonna hit him, and they ain't gonna go down.
Yeah.
And then we got to see.
I've same thing in regards to finding sparring partners. I've heard it's been very difficult for him. I think he's just such a strong young bull. He's very strong. He's getting better in his gym. I don't know about inside the ring of professional fights, but you might as well say he's getting better there too, because what he's learning in the ring, in the gym with Andre Rozier, and Scooter, strength and training partner, and his father also, what he's learning inside the gym is transitioning to make him such a dominant force inside the ring. You know what I'm saying? Like, he go hard in the gym. Berlanga, he trains.
You got to. If you ain't got nobody to spar against, you're gonna have to go hard at everything else. But he's
that guy trains, and I think his training methods is so hard that when he comes out and fight, that's why these guys are going like that. Even though these guys are being matched real good for him, in my opinion.
Yeah, they are.
They being matched real good for him. However, he's getting them out of there like that because he's supposed to. Now, like you just mentioned, soon enough, he's gonna get matched against a guy who's not gonna go out there like that. Who's gonna say, "You better throw something else at me to get me up out of here." And then when we see that, that's when we're gonna see who the real Berlanga is.
Yeah, but I mean, for right now, he's a hell of a talent.
I see what he is now, and he's really good, really, really good.
Really good. And you know what kills me? He always say at the end of his fights, he was like, "Yo, my coach said I could have did this better. My coach said I could have did that better." That's a sign of maturity right there, especially.
Yeah. You need a coach like that to tell you look good for 5 seconds, but 10 seconds you look like shit.
Yeah.
You need somebody to tell you to pull you up like that.
Oh yeah. You knocked them out. Yeah. You knocked them out, but you know what? You could have knocked them out 20 seconds ago, but you didn't. Yeah. You threw a jab when you should have threw a hook.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
You want a coach that's gonna take you and let you know, like, give you positive criticism, say, yo, you should have did this, you should have did that, but you didn't do that. That's the reason why the fight lasted longer than expected or should have. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need somebody in the air like that. You need him. And I think right now he's getting the tutelage. I want his star to keep growing and keep shining. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want it to shine too bright where it gets too bright, and then if it gets put out, you'll never see it again.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of fighters who have gone on in their career and they've gotten to a certain level, and then the minute they taste that defeat, they're never the same again. You never see them again, or they're never the same again. And I would hate to see that happen to him, because right now he's riding a wave. The wave he is riding is like these rappers. He's wave, man. He's got bread, you know what I'm saying? He got all the celebs supporting him, sponsoring him, backing him. I seen a video today. He was sitting on top of a white rose, pure white cream. Nah, he did.
Yeah, I just want to sit on top of a Subaru.
I know you. Okay. Thanks, Mr. Goldman. Yeah, like, he enjoy your night. Like, I can see he was sitting on a white rose, and I'm looking at him sitting on the white rose, and he's counting his bread, and he's listening to 50 Cent, I Get Money. And I'm saying to myself, like, young man, you're doing your thing right now, and I want him to continue to succeed. You know what I'm saying? But I would like to see him in some competitive fights, because it only makes him better. It will only make him better.
But how you gonna see him in a competitive fight?
But somebody said yesterday, and this is why we talk to these stupid people in boxing. Oh, he should fight Canelo. What?
I saw that on your live. That's when I got.
What did you just say?
I know who you're talking to. I ain't even gonna call their name out, but I saw that in your live because I remember
I was like, what?
Then he put up Roberto Duran versus Canelo too.
Yeah, like, what's wrong with these people? I was like, what's wrong with this guy right here? Like, you just video gaming fights right now. You the matchmaking video fights.
Yeah.
I was like, you're crazy, B. You crazy. Come on.
Yo,
Berlanga needs to just continue to do what Berlanga do. Give Berlanga another 5 years before he go anywhere near Canelo. Ask Canelo coming out. Ask Canelo get ready to go out. Don't fight Canelo. No one needs to fight Canelo right now, especially not no Edgar Berlanga. Even though he did say he wanted. Edgar Berlanga did say he wanted.
Edgar Berlanga said he wanted.
Oh, Edgar Berlanga, yeah, he said he wanted to fight in 2 years. He said he wants to fight in 2 years. Puerto Rico against Mexico. He said it'd be a great fight for both fan base countries.
The way these fighters are coming up, and they coming up so skilled and so fast. I mean, you gotta look at it. Teofimo Lopez became not undisputed. He came the unified champion at 135 in only 15, 16 fights. So the way these young guys is coming up, I say, man, just give it to them. If they really want the shot, let them have it.
What's up with your man talking about the judges got bribed, man?
Who said the judges got bribed?
Vasily Lomachenko. Loma said the judges got bribed. Loma said the judges got bribed, bro.
Yeah, what's your thought on the heavyweight division?
Yeah, I
ain't even gonna talk. What's your thought on the heavyweight division? We just gonna
he pulled the Deontay Wilder. He pulled the Deontay Wilder. He said the judges got bribed. He pulled the Deontay Wilder. Everybody. He could have just said, "Yo, the guy beat me fair and square," or "I feel like I won the fight," or "It was a draw." But to say that the judges got bribes
for 6 rounds,
and then he broke down the round. He said he won the first round, and he said this is what he said. He said he won the first round and every round after the 5th. That's what Loma said. That's what Lomachenko said. He said look at the tape. I look at the tape. I won the first round and I won every round after the 5th. I won 6 rounds.
First 6 rounds.
If I did not win the fight, it should be a draw. But the judges were bribed.
So why don't he try to rematch? I ain't got nothing to say about that, man. Some of these fighters are delusional, man. They delusional. Like what for 6 rounds you ain't land a significant punch for the first 6 rounds. Then you came on strong. Listen.
No mercy.
Listen.
What
you have for dinner, man? What you have for dinner? I don't even want to talk about that. What you have for dinner, man?
I just can't believe these guys out here. I just can't. I can't believe these guys out here, man. I'm gonna leave it at that. That's all. Vasily, the judges, they got bribes. Deontay Wilder, heavyweight, might do something in your water. Hey, hopefully you get a fight. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua, that's the next best fight to make in boxing, in my opinion. I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon because they both have mandatories, whereas Tyson Fury has to defend that title against either Deontay Wilder or the Dillian White because of that court situation still going on. And also, Anthony Joshua has the mandatory against Usyk. I highly doubt Usyk will step to the side and take any step away side money to let you go fight, give that belt away to Fury. Because if you go fight Fury and lose to Fury, Usyk ain't never gonna see that belt.
Nah, he's not. I don't. My thoughts on Usyk. I still think he should have stayed at cruiserweight, but there's no money at cruiserweight because, with no disrespect to the cruiserweight division, outside of Usyk at the time, that was like the only cruiserweight that I knew. That's like the law.
If anything, Usyk should go fight in that Bridgegate or that Bridgewater division. Because you ain't but so big. You ain't but 2,200 something pounds. So why don't you buckle down, stop with this WBO mandatory heavyweight champion, and go to that division? Like you're a big heavyweight. You stole on the price of what which is the undisputed championship.
And then another thing with that division too, it's like
it goes for Wilder too.
It's a money grab for that division in terms of whoever's creating that division. But then when you look at it, it's just like a lot of fighters are fighting at heavyweight that are not true. Like when you fighting Anthony Joshua, who's coming in at 250. He's coming in at 250, 260. I mean, his last two fights, he's been coming down at 240, which I think that's great for him. But then, you have a guy like Brian Jennings, who's like 220, fighting guys 260, 270. That's the only. I mean, the heavyweight division. I mean, that's right there alone. In my opinion, I'm not saying he's not a skillful fighter. In Jennings, he's a skillful fighter. He's a good fighter. But when you fighting somebody 30, 40 pounds heavier than you, you bound to get hit hard.
Agreed.
Get hit hard. So that division coming up, if it does come to fruition, is going to be good for those guys that are big enough, too big for cruiserweight, but then too small for heavyweight. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I see that they put a lot of fighters there. Like they took a bunch of overgrown cruiserweights. And the division ain't nothing but a super cruiserweight division as it is. You know what I'm saying? Anything between 180 and 200 is cruiserweight. Anything between 200 and 225 is this bridgegate thing. Super cruiserweight. So they took a bunch of those guys, put them in one division, and now they're just sitting there and ain't nobody matching them up against each other. They're just sitting there. If you look at it, they are just sitting there. They have no fights on them. They have no fights scheduled to fight one another. There's about 20. There's about maybe 15 to 20 of them all in one division. No, maybe less. They're all in one division, and nobody's scheduled to fight anybody. They all just sitting there. Ridiculous.
That's horrible. So then why even come up with division if you ain't gonna have a fight after you come up with division, a fight within 3 or 4 months afterwards?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. So now, speaking of heavyweights, man, what's your top 5 heavyweights?
Top 5? Hold on one second. I'm taking my boy room. Number 1, Tyson Fury. There.
I hear you.
Number 1, Tyson Fury. Number 2, I gotta say Anthony Joshua. You know why?
Yeah, I know why.
he took the trash out against Pulev. He had some chores to do that night. You know when your mother said you got chores for the week and part of your chores is taking the trash out at night? That's what he did. Pulev was trash. Tyson Fury is number 1. Joshua's number 2. Number 3, I gotta go with, as much as it pains me to say it, I gotta go with Deontay Wilder.
Okay.
Because he only has 1 loss on his record. It was a tough knockout loss. Got you. It was a tough knockout loss that he claims never happened or shouldn't have happened or he was cheated himself. But hey, it is what it is. It's in the books. I gotta go with Deontay Wilder, number 3. Number 4, this way it gets tricky at. I gotta go with number 4. I gotta go with Andy Ruiz. And simply put, because he's a former unified champion, and he's made some strides in his career, and he's trying to get back to where he used to be. So I'm rooting for that guy to get back to where he used to be. Don't know if he's ever going to get there again, but I think he can get there. Let me see. I said I don't know if he's ever going to get there, but I think he can. So I believe in him.
Yeah.
Number 5, heavyweight.
Yep.
It's sad because
it's a lot of good guys, but can you really
Povetkin?
Povetkin?
Yeah, I can't say Chisora. You know, I can't say Joe Joyce. I can't say what's the boy named Dillian White who got his head put to bed. I wanted to say Big Baby, but he's suspended.
Yeah, that's my guy, man. That's my guy.
That's how people right there. But he's suspended.
That's my guy. I go to Barclays and he be. I don't know where the hell he be coming from, but he'll grab me.
Yeah.
He'll just grab me and be like, yo, what's going on? I'll be like, what's up? And then we be sitting and we having conversations. But I'm just like, yo, where you like, I'm 5'6", you know what I'm saying? You supposed to look over me. How you finding me?
Oh, he's very attentive.
Yeah.
He's very attentive. That makes him such a cool dude because he know exactly who people are. Like he know your name. He remember when he met you. Very cool dude. Very attentive. Seek you out and say what up. You know what I'm saying?
First time I met him, we talked about an hour and a half. Then I remember at the Danny Garcia Sean Porter fight, he was on the floor and I'm walking to my seat and he just grabbed my shoulder.
Yeah.
And I looked up. And he was like, yo, we gonna stay on the floor and watch the fight. And I stayed on the floor and I watched the Sean Porter Danny Garcia fight with him.
Nice.
Going back and forth. I was like, yo, he was like, who you got? I was like, yo, I got Sean Porter. We going back and forth. It was me, him, his man, and my cousin. We were all of us going back and forth. I think his man was picking Danny. You know what I'm saying? And I just had a good time just talking to him, man. In this situation, like it hurts, man, because he's outside of the ring. He's such a great dude. I think like the stuff that he does and says in the ring is just for show. Not saying like, you know what I mean? You got to put on a show to promote the fights. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But outside of the ring, outside of boxing, because I had a conversation with him just about life. It wasn't even about boxing. Yeah. It's about life in general. So that hurts, man. But yeah, finish out your top 5.
That's it, perfection. I can't put nobody else. I don't put no Joseph Parker there. I don't put no Joe Joyce there because I think Joe Joyce is one of the worst heavyweights I've seen in years. I don't put no Trevor Bryan because he don't fight. I don't put Michael Hunter there because he's a small heavyweight. I damn should have put Usyk there because I don't believe in him and as being a heavyweight. You know, I don't see nobody else there. I think Usyk is playing around for whatever time he got. And soon enough, they're gonna knock him on his ass, and he's gonna go back to that Supergate division. The Supergate division.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's not a real heavyweight, man. He's not.
I disagree with your top 2. I'll swap it out. And here's where it's gonna get juicy. I'm going AJ and then Fury. And I'll take AJ over Fury, even though he got knocked out by Andy Ruiz. He got his belts back, and he has fought more top 10 heavyweights than anybody else in the heavyweight division. Especially when he fought them at the time that he's fought them. Because after he fought them, they didn't fell down. But when he had fought them, when he, outside of Andy, well, Andy Ruiz is, in the top 5, top 10 now. But he fought Povetkin. Povetkin was in the top 10. When he fought Pulev was in the top 10. Dillian White was in the top 10. Two more other guys that was in the top 10 that he had fought them. When he fought them, they were in the top 10, and that's why I put him at number 1 in Tyson Fury.
Did he fight? Yeah, put the screen thing on. See what happens.
Yeah, this is going on, man.
Yeah, see if this is working out. I know he fought Povetkin. He knocked out Povetkin. He knocked out Dillian White. He beat Andy Ruiz. That's 3. I'm not sure if he fought Chisora. He beat Joseph Parker. That's 4. He beat 6 of the top 10, you said, right?
Yeah, especially at the time when he fought them, because Joseph Parker was a top 10 when he fought Joseph Parker.
He was the WBO heavyweight champion. That's when he became unified. He beat Charles Martin for the IBF, and then he fought Joseph Parker for the WBO. Who did he didn't. I don't think he fought Chisora. He beat Carlos Takam. I know that. Oh man, who did he fight? He beat Brazil. He dominated Brazil.
All right, here we go.
Too. Pounded him out for real.
Here we go. You see it? So,
yeah, I see it.
Pulev, Andy Povetkin, Parker, Takam, Klitschko, Dillian White, Charles Martin, Dominique Brazil. Like, even with that loss to Andy Ruiz, I still put him. I still put him number one at the heavyweight division, and then I go Tyson Fury, and then the rest of your list.
He said he had a tough fight. He said he had a tough fight against Eric Molina. Yeah, I didn't really watch the fight. I don't recall it, actually. He said it was a tough fight for him.
Yeah, I didn't even know he fought Eric Molina.
I specifically remember that because somebody had asked him that during the Pulev conferences and all that. Like somebody from the media said, "Well, what are your toughest fights?" And he was like Eric Molina, and it shows that he knocked out Molina in 3 rounds. So that says a lot about Eric Molina if he gave him a tough fight.
Yeah, so that's why I put Anthony Joshua at number 1, and then Tyson Fury. Yeah,
who's your after that?
What happened?
Who's your 3 after that?
Oh, Wilder and Andy Ruiz, and I want to put, and it's just because I like him, being biased. I want to put Luis at number 5. Luis Ortiz, yes. I want to put him at number 5, man. It's kind of tough, but I'm all right. I'm gonna say it. I'm being biased. I'm putting Luis at number 5. But it's tough. It's tough because when you really think about it, after you name those top 4, it's like a big drop off. It's like, who can you really put at number 5? You know what I mean? Yeah. So
that's why I put Povetkin. I put Povetkin there because he's still active somewhat, closer towards getting a shot at a title because he beat Dillian White, and technically since he beat Dillian White, he should be the number 1 for a shot at the WBA, but they won't match it, and then he tested positive for COVID, so the fight's still off. I just don't get it, man. I just don't get it.
All right, so I'll go with Povetkin then. But yo, man, let's go ahead and close this out, man. I know you had a late night last night, and you dozing off on here, man.
No, I was thinking about what you just said, and I was saying to myself, I understand Ortiz why you got to put him there. I'm like, I get it.
It's just so hard, but I agree with the Povetkin thing too because you know what I'm saying he beat Dillian White, and now he's what I'm saying if they don't rematch,
he's in limbo.
He's in limbo right now, but
we don't know if he's going to fight. We don't know if he's going to fight Dillian White, or we don't know if he's going to fight Joshua, who has the WBA title. But then Joshua got the mandatory against Usyk, but everybody wants him to win the undisputed championship. All I know is I'm upset at Deontay Wilder because you messed up, and everybody in Europe got control of the belts now. So I'm upset at Deontay Wilder. That's it. The heavyweight titles is not coming back to the United States no time soon.
It's going to be tough.
There's no heavyweight boxer that's going to win a heavyweight title anytime soon. Our last hope was with Big Baby. Our last hope is with what's the boy name? With Deontay Wilder. But he playing these court games and want to sue for rematches and this, that, and the third instead of trying to get another opportunity the right way. Which is
back in the ring, man. Get back in the ring. I see him knocking out another 39 fighters. You know what I mean?
He knocked out Joe Joyce. He knocked out Joe Joyce. He knocked out Andy Ruiz. He knocked out every opponent after Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua. Well, how about this? We'll say it your way. He knocked out every opponent after Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury. Deontay Wilder would knock out every opponent after that. He would.
Yeah, he would. He would. And I think he should just go ahead and get back in the ring, knock these dudes out, and work his way back up. He's only a fight or 2 away. That's all he do. Get in there, fight Dillian White, drop him, fight Andy, drop him, and then be like, "Yo, I'm back."
They're gonna be forced to put him there. They're going to be forced to put him there to fight for the belt. It's not going to be because the fans and the media are going to be clamoring for it. The sponsors, the networks, the people that put money in the commercials, they're going to be paying for the stuff for them to take the fight. They're going to push hard to get Anthony Joshua to take on a Deontay Wilder or vice versa Tyson Fury take on the Deontay Wilder for a third fight. They're gonna be pushing for that.
It gotta happen, man. Just do it the right way, man. Just do it the right way. But Joey, I'm about to close this out before I get cursed out. On why I'm down here.
We're gonna come back to y'all soon enough. We got 10 checkers and shoot the 5. We're gonna come back to y'all with another one soon enough. And we're gonna go on a mission. We're gonna go on a war tour like the Tribe Called Quest. We're gonna bring in your man from England. We're gonna get some of these guys. We're gonna make this a USA versus England thing. I want to do that so bad.
Yo, I gotta watch the next video me and my man put up, man. It's gonna be nice, yo. It's gonna be nice. But everybody, thanks for watching. You know what I'm saying? The Chin Checker fans out there, Shoot the 5 fans, thanks for watching. Subscribe to Shoot the 5. And peace out, everybody.
All right, peace.
All right.